My name is Sara Morrison. I'm currently completing my fieldwork term at Stapleford Health and Rehab Center. The purpose of my special project was to gain personal experience in working with a client through a secondary program. I wanted to learn how to perform a full assessment, which includes a bulky walking test and a functional movement assessment. I also wanted to learn and develop my skills in program design. My main objective was to create a program for Miss Berry that would teach her how to manage her chronic pain, build overall body strength, and get her back to performing her normal activities of daily living. I started working with Danielle on January 18th and continued through with her until the final assessment and discharge from the program on March 18th. She was scheduled to come into the gym 4 times per week. However, due to her chronic pain and other health issues, we typically saw her about 2 to 3 times per week. The overall outcome of my program was successful. Miss Berry learned how to listen to her body, how to pace herself. One of the biggest challenges she faces is on days where she feels good, she pushes herself too far, which then leads to a few days of serious pain. Through the discussion with us and her psychologist, we taught her about reading her body and not overexerting herself. The entire process was a learning curve, and we had to constantly make adjustments to movements depending on her pain that day. Overall, Miss Berry showed significant improvements in her strength and functional movement patterns. She also started working on the amount of sleep that she gets every night and eating a balanced diet. There were many weeks where, because of her chronic pain, she would cancel her appointment with us. This wasn't a big deal, but it would mean that we would have to make adjustments to that week's program based on how she was feeling. Our initial plan was to have an upper body day, a lower body day, a cardio mobility day, and a functional strength day. However, there were many times where I had to decide what was the most important for that week if I only saw her once or twice, and program based on that. For example, there was one week where she was experiencing a really bad flare-up in her pelvis and really bad headaches and wasn't going to come into the gym, but decided to anyways. That day, instead of doing her upper body program, we worked on lots of mobility and neck stretches that she can do at home for her headaches and breathing exercises for her pelvic pain. At the end of the session, Danielle reported that her headache subsided and she felt better than when she showed up. The purpose of my special project was for me to learn how to help and inform my clients about how to read her body, which I feel as though we accomplished. At the end of her program, Danielle's perspective on exercise had changed, and she accepted that although her pain may never fully go away, there are many ways that she can manage her pain daily. She learned how to perform all different kinds of exercises, and I created a 3-day home program for her to keep after our program was finished. This project allowed me to acquire the knowledge and skills in order to be a successful exercise therapist. I was able to receive hands-on experience in a field that I was not able to get from the classroom. I am fully confident in my abilities to program plan, identify injuries, prescribe exercises, complete submaximal cardiovascular testing, and functional movement testing. I was also able to work on my client relations and learn how to read my clients based off of how they are feeling for that day and make appropriate modifications or adjustments in order to allow them to benefit as much as possible from the program.